This is the man seeking to remove President Museveni from power after 40 years. He has incredible support among the young people. As Bobiwine arrives, so goes the crowd. There is nothing like it.
Bobiwine wants Ugandans to sing a new tune. The musician turned politician is running for president for a second time. Nearly twice his age, President Yoweri Museveni is also running for a 7th term. When the former general came to power after a civil war in 1986, Bobiwine was just 4 years old.
I believe that General Museveni largely views Uganda as his personal property, as his family property, and he views us as slaves.
It is our time to change our future.
Bobiwine accuses security forces of using violence to stop him from campaigning. At the stop in northern Uganda, supporters formed a protective shield around the candidate as military officers whipped them. One of his closest aides was wounded.
Look at what the police and the military are doing to us for no crime whatsoever.
The Electoral Commission condemned the incident that is now under investigation. He says more than 450 members of his party and supporters have been imprisoned during the campaign, others tortured or disappeared.
Some people have been shot dead at my rally, and I know the regime has me as the main target.
Why won't you be allowed to campaign freely?
Well, I believe it is fear. It is fear that General Museveni knows that he has no support. Every time I go out to campaign, I know that somebody is going to be beaten, somebody is going to be killed, run over by the police, shot with live bullets, and all that.
The UN Human Rights Chief has condemned widespread arbitrary arrests, detentions, and the use of unnecessary or disproportionate force against the opposition. CNN filmed hundreds of police, military, and special forces at Bobiwine's rallies in the capital, Kampala. They blocked him from using some roads, beat up some supporters, and tear-gassed bystanders.
Everywhere Bobiwine goes, there's dozens of police officers, soldiers. It always ends up in a scuffle. And right now, they're blocking his way from coming into a rally venue. And that's tear gas. Before he's even inside, we're hearing that sound like live shots. Tear gas in every direction. Tear gas in every direction. It's really become a chaotic scene. And this happens at every Bobiwine.
Police told CNN that they were forced to use tear gas here to disperse people and clear a busy intersection. They have repeatedly denied that they're specifically targeting Bobiwine or his campaign.
We all benefit from coming out of this election with the most minimal damage on individuals and property.
There are 6 other candidates running for Uganda's top job, but January's election is largely a rematch between the president and the pop star.
In a free and fair election, can you beat President Museveni?
If 2021 was a free and fair election, I would be president already.
Will this be a free and fair election?
This is not an election to begin with. This is war.
Uganda's Electoral Commission has asked law enforcement agencies to exercise restraint and stick to the law while dealing with candidates.
Bobiwine called this election war because he says so many of his party members have been arrested. You see the violence they face every time they're campaigning. And he calls President Museveni, who's been a civilian leader for 40 years, General Museveni, because he says he rules by the gun. He has captured the country, the military and the police, and they do his bidding. So he does not think that this is a legitimate election in the way that elections are taking place in other parts of the world. And the criticism of Bobiwine and his supporters that they're violent, that they disrupt businesses, that they block roads, and that's why the police use this heavy-handed tactics. They push back on that and they say, we're just trying to campaign. We want to access the roads and go to the same venues like the opposition, like President Yoweri Museveni, Brian, and they don't always have that chance.
Larry, excellent reporting. Thank you for bringing those images to us. Larry Madowo, live for us in Nairobi.